Hi, all. Rhonda here. I just wrote a blog piece on AI, and it's called Hermetic Law and Artificial Intelligence. Will AI Save Humanity? And I wrote this article. I don't know if it's just me, and the algorithm keeps showing me articles about artificial intelligence. It's probably all of us. It's just there's so much gloom and doom about it. I just decided to write something that could, show a different side. So I'm neither for or against it, like a strong believer either way. I think it's a useful tool. But I wanted to write something to talk about how if we focus on Hermetic law, what that says about reality, what that says about how, with the type of power that we have to change our environment, that can be applied to AI. So basically, artificial intelligence is here. Okay, so it's changing everything. And for some, it's a tool of innovation. For others, it's a source of deep fear. And that fear is very real. I recently read a Forbes article, sorry, I'm so tired, reported that some Harvard and MIT students are leaving school because of anxiety about super intelligent artificial intelligence. So one MIT student said, quoting from the article, I was concerned I might not be alive to graduate because of AGI, which is artificial general intelligence. And she goes on, I think in most scenarios, the way we're working towards AI leads to human extinction. So I will have a link to that article in my description below. But continuing on, when we think about it, that's the shadow side of our imagination, right? But Hermetic philosophy reminds us that every polarity has its opposite. If AI can destroy us, it can also help us flourish, right? So the Kabbalion, I also have a link to that in my description, teaches 7 Hermetic laws. When we apply these laws to AI, we discover a deeper truth. AI is not separate from us, it's a mirror of humanity's consciousness. So, going through the 7 Hermetic laws, if we look at mentalism, AI is our thought crystallized. It's a reflection of the human mind. If we train it on fear and greed, that's what it will echo. But we do have the option to infuse it with wisdom and compassion. It will reflect our higher potential. So, system scientist Gaia Harrington wrote a book called Five Insights for Avoiding Global Collapse. And she makes a very similar point. Humanity's survival depends on shifting our collective mindset. So, AI will become what we imagine and encode. So, looking at correspondence, the belief is that humans are sparks of the divine clothed in matter. So, if we are sparks of the divine, AI is a spark of human intelligence clothed in code. Its destiny will correspond with our or to our consciousness. And for vibration, nothing rests, everything moves. AI may be evolving faster than human learning, but if properly guided, it could accelerate healing, curing disease, addressing climate, and maybe even freeing us for creativity and growth. And Harrington also echoes a similar idea that survival depends on raising the vibration of our systems towards harmony. So AI could be an ally in this shift. And with polarity, AI carries both poles, right? So most things, there's two sides to every story, as we say, right? So it could be a destroyer or a savior. And I'm not talking from a religious standpoint, obviously. And which one manifests depends on us collectively. And knowing the rhythm that life moves in cycles, humanity has always feared new technologies before embracing them. Take, for instance, the Industrial Revolution, right? Machines replacing manual labor. Many feared collapse, yet extinction never came. Instead, even if it took a little time, society adapted, jobs shifted, and whole new industries were born out of the Industrial Revolution. And this same rhythm is unfolding now with AI. The pendulum swings between fear and transformation, so our task is to move with it wisely. not to resist the cycle, but to guide it towards renewal. And with cause and effect, AI won't just turn evil on its own. I don't believe so. At least I think every effect has its cause. The values and intentions we embed are the causes, and AI's future and how it behaves will be the effect. So, again, pointing to Harrington's research, if we look at what she talks about in her book, collapse is not inevitable, it's a result of human causes. So if we align AI with justice and sustainability, the effect can be transformation. So, gender, let's think about balance. And creation in general requires balance. If AI is built on competition and profit alone, imbalance follows. But if we add compassion and cooperation, AI can see somewhat of a new renaissance. So, going back to the question of the article, which I must admit may be a little controversial, especially for some who are so adamant that AI will be the cause of our destruction. Will AI save humanity? Well, the Forbes student's fear of extinction is just one side of the polarity. So, Hermetic wisdom shows us the other side. AI is not necessarily a monster or a messiah, but it is a mirror. So, Hermetic philosophy and Harrington's system science converge on the same truth. The future is not fixed. The real question is not whether AI will save us, but whether we will rise high enough in consciousness to use AI as a reflection of divine will for good. This is the same principle I share in my own work, really small work, but it's good. It's a Google book on chakras, alchemy, and transmutation. Transformation, whether of inner energy or outer technology, depends on how we consciously guide it. If we choose wisely, AI may become one of humanity's greatest allies, not the end of our story, but the beginning of a new chapter in human evolution. And I just wanted to focus on this coming from the lens of Hermeticism because I just think it's important to also look at the other side. And I'm not saying that we shouldn't have boundaries, protocol, things in place to help govern the use of AI as well as govern, you know, um, how much it grows and in what direction it grows. But I just hope while we understand it's probably not going to go away, we have an opportunity to kind of transform it or ensure that we steer it in a direction that is for the good of all. And I think if we focus more on that, we will see the positive outcomes of artificial intelligence. But that's just my opinion. And thank you for listening. I will probably have some more meditation videos. I'm just starting to really create content. Um, Hopefully, I will have some more yoga videos up as well. And hopefully, this message just sprinkles a little positivity and hope on your perspective with AI and just in life in general. Take care, everyone.